everyone and welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to be talking about cruise tips. Now, my husband and I went on cruise last September for our honeymoon. We went with the Royal Caribbean. It was our first cruise. It was actually our first holiday ever together, which is quite scary, even though we've been together for like 13 years, but we only got married last year. So I've written in my book here just some tips and pointers that I wanted to give maybe people who are thinking about going on cruise for the first time, or people who think that cruises are for a certain type of people, because they're not. I will stop you there before you think they're for old people, because they're not. Cruising is for everybody. We couldn't believe how much we enjoyed going on cruise. It was just the most amazing experience. You're not stuck in one place. You're not laying on a beach all day in Mexico. And because as well we live here in Spain, it's slightly different for us to kind of go on a summer holiday, because we have the sun and stuff here anyways. So weather-wise, we're not really picky when it comes to weather. So my first tip would be about the drinks package. Now, my husband and I, we like to have a drink. We like to go out on a weekend now and again. We like to have a glass of wine at home, or some beer, or play some games, things like that. So for us, it was necessary to do the drinks package, because by the time, for example, we had had 6 beers each throughout the day, that would kind of mount up to the price of what it would cost to pay for the ultimate drinking package. So we decided to splash out. We paid £640 something last year for it. And it seems like a lot of money, I know, but if you want to kind of have that cruise where you don't have to worry about money and stuff, and your drinks are paid for and your food's obviously all there, then I would really recommend it. It takes the pressure off having to pay the bill at the end of the holiday as well. And at the same time, if you want to then all of a sudden have that 2 or 3 cocktails or try something new, then you can do. I would recommend drinks package. If you're not a heavy drinker, or you just like a glass of wine with your dinner, there are different packages for that. You can do the beer and wine package, or you can just pay for drinks as you go along. It's all a personal preference, but for us, it made complete sense to do the drinks package. The premium one, the ultimate one, the one where everything is included. The next tip is about trips. We booked all of our trips through the Royal Caribbean. My mum and dad, they went on a cruise of Royal Caribbean a few years prior to us, and they said, oh, you can just book them when you get off the boat, it would be cheaper and this and that. But to book them through the Royal Caribbean might have worked out more expensive, but you've got the security if anything goes wrong. If you miss the ship, it's their responsibility to be able to get you back to the ship on time. So in that respect, I would recommend doing the trips or transport through Royal Caribbean, because it's just a bit more security. On to my next tip, seasickness tablets. Now, I do not suffer with seasickness, and neither does my husband, but on a couple of occasions, even though the boat was massive, we went on the Allures of the Seas. That ship is massive. If you haven't seen it, Google it, go and check it out. It's huge. Now, we got a little bit seasick. Now, once you've got it, it's a little bit too late to take that tablet, because it would take a while for it to kick in. So I 100% recommend that you go and purchase some seasickness tablets before you go, and take one daily. I think you can take one daily, just to prevent you maybe getting seasick, because there is nothing like it. It is the most weirdest feeling. And the last thing you want to do is feel sick on your holiday. So seasickness tablets, make sure you've got them and make sure that you take them. Next tip is travel insurance. So important. And saying that, I have not booked my travel insurance for my upcoming cruise. I must do that. So travel insurance, very important. I can give a great example. My in-laws went on a cruise last year, and he tripped over and fell on my mother-in-law, and she ended up kind of busting her foot. Now, if she didn't have travel insurance, can you imagine how much that would have cost? You don't know whether you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to have an accident, your partner's going to have an accident, and you'll need to get off the boat to be able to get treatment. You never know that something bad could happen while you're actually cruising. You know, helicopters might have to fly in and all of that. You know, God forbid that doesn't happen, but travel insurance is extremely important. So there's lots of available travel insurance online. Just give it a Google and I'm sure you'll find something. Ben and I, we have no pre-existing health conditions, nothing like that. And I think we paid £20 each to cover us for that week. So definitely take out travel insurance. Another tip I'd like to add is a lot of suitcases look the same. So if your suitcase is that bog standard black case, whenever you go and arrive at an airport, you go, is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? Now, I recommend maybe just tying something that you would notice on your luggage. It could be a ribbon. My parents used to tie a green ribbon around their suitcases and we would know which ones were ours. So just a little tip for you there on luggage and being able to spot yours. The next tip is cash. Now, because Royal Caribbean, it's all dollars and we're obviously in euros, I'm not going to go and get money changed up to be able to tip people. On Royal Caribbean, everything's cashless. You have these sea passes, so it's a card and we wear a lanyard, and every time you get a drink, you just sign. Every time you go and buy something, it's all put onto that account, which is your sea pass. It's a card. And with that card is what you do everything with and what you're known. It's your identity, basically. So when you sign for something, or say you want to tip somebody for a drink after they've brought it over and it's someone you really like, we had a couple of people. The barman, Leo, he was amazing. And every other drink would give him $1 tip, things like that. It would be nice to personally give them a tip, but we don't have dollars. But you can tip them, and I think overall for the week we probably did about $100 in tips. And any cash that we had, I think we gave our porter, guy who looked after our rooms and everything every morning, we gave him about 20 euros or something, because he was truly amazing and so polite. The staff on Royal Caribbean are just outstanding. Even though we've got prepaid gratuities, it's nice to be able to tip the staff, because I tell you what, they look after you even more. And the last one for me is more of a personal tip in a way, is when it comes to internet. Now, I all know that we miss the internet and we want our Facebook, we want our Instagram. Trust me, I'm probably gonna miss having my access to the internet, but at the same time, you're on holiday, so why do you need to be checking in on these and checking on that? If you can quickly connect to some Wi-Fi when you're off port and upload the photos that you want to show everybody, then you can do that. But a personal tip for me is it's just kind of, if you're going on a cruise or you're going on holiday, just try and switch off a bit. Like, it's nice to get off of your mobile phones, get off of your laptops and enjoy the holiday for what it is. Ben and I are off on cruise a week today that I'm recording this. We are going on the Harmony of the Seas with the Royal Caribbean. I wouldn't say I'm a cruise professional at all because I've only been on one, but they're just my cruise tips for anyone who was interested. And I have a vlog which is on my channel. I'll link it in the description down below if you would like to watch it. And that's basically it. Can't wait to go on cruise. So guys, I hope you liked my cruise tips coming from someone who's just cruised once. It's not for old people. There is so much to do. One of the nights there was this bouncing club that Ben and I didn't expect. We thought it might be a bit cheesy and it wasn't. We were the last ones to go to sleep on the ship, and we were also quite early risers as well. The food is amazing, the drinks are amazing, the staff is awesome. So if you haven't on a cruise, I would seriously recommend it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.